So we are live, right?
Okay.
We are live on
Okay. Well,
YouTube. Yes.
all right.
All right. So I'm just going to be doing the introductions and then we can proceed. So,
All right.
welcome everyone. Welcome to this live stream. So, I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but due to some reasons beyond my control, I've not been able to do it. So, it's always my desire to, have us come together as a community to share issues that, might actually be bothering us, having that opportunity
Yeah.
to share these issues, and ironing them out together is always a way to, solidify our relationship, right? So, of course, right now, if you look, you're going to be seeing that we have zero viewers. Nobody's actually on this call right now, except I and
Yeah.
one of my guests. But I believe that as we go on, people are going to be joining, and my other guest is going to be joining. And even if nobody joins, well, um,
It's always
I believe that you're going to be stumbling on this video at some point or time at some point in time or the other, and I'm just going to be doing the introduction so that you will know, you will get familiar with me, my guest, and maybe why we are actually doing this. So my name is Mary Adele, and I am I'm the one who runs this channel, right? So normally, this channel is more focused on, how to make money online, sales and marketing and all that, right? But from time to time, people who are actually, people who have subscribed to this channel, people who have joined this community, beyond wanting to know these things, beyond wanting to learn sales and marketing, beyond wanting to learn, how to make money online, we also have issues, right? Real life issues that are bothering us. And I feel that, this relationship thing and love and mental health, is one of these things that, comes to our mind once in a while. And I tell you, what, why don't we talk about this? So here we are doing this, right? So
yeah.
my guest here is Mr. Victor, and he's also a digital marketer, right? But of course,
Everything.
aside from being a digital marketer, whatever it is that you do in this life, you also have a real life. Like, you have real issues that you're concerned about, and that's why, he has agreed to do this with me, and he's going to be doing justice to the topic of love, right? I don't know why he actually agreed to do this, right? Maybe he has special interest, in this topic, but it's all good. So, I'm hoping, yes, of course, he's going to be doing justice to the topic. I'm just going to be asking him, a couple of questions just to actually direct the conversation, and, he'll pick it up from there and tell us everything that he has to tell us. Right, Mr. Victor?
Yeah. 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 Sure. Let me
All right. Okay.
the link for let me post it on my WhatsApp status.
Okay. All right. That's not your guest link now, but
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the link to my YouTube channel.
Okay. 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 The link to your YouTube channel. Let me just post it there. Network, right? Hello, Mary. Hello.
Thank you.
Okay. Network. This network. Eh? Wow. Network. 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 This is just one of the problem with network. Hello. Hello, Mary. Ah, maybe she has lost connection, or probably she was called. She's left. A minute, guys, please bear with me or with Mary. She just lost her network connection.
I'm back.
I was kind. I say, so you've left us. Nigeria has done his thing, or MTN, or is
Hmm.
it Airtel?
It's MTN though, my brother. This Nigeria. Hmm.
MTN.
Anybody that succeeds in this country is a champion because there are so many issues. If it's not network problem, is NEPA. If it's not NEPA, it's
Does
another thing.
does it?
Like it's just so crazy. But we
Someone
thank
someone
God, Sha.
someone said what it will take you 5 years to accomplish. What to take a white man 5 years to accomplish? It will take a black man
Hmm.
10 years to
I'm
accomplish it.
I'm telling you the truth. It's not a
Eh,
lie. Like it's not a lie. It's not a lie. Hmm. Okay, so let's move on. So we're going to be starting with the intros, right? So Mr. Victor, please introduce yourself. Tell us about
okay,
yourself, right? Tell us one or two things that we should know about you,
okay.
right?
Very few,
Before we start to
very
roll out the questions.
very few things. I don't want to say so much about myself. Okay, my name is Victor,
Okay.
a digital marketer. Yeah,
Okay.
and someone just passionate about the online space and trying to bring a different mind towards the online space, because I've observed that this online space, it's just full of a lot of concepts from a lot of concepts and ideologies that is just doing more harm than good. So I'm just passionate about bringing a change within my own power to the online space. So that's just what you need to know about me. I don't really want to go deep into personal things and personal life.
Of course. Of
Yeah,
course. Of course. No, that's fine. All right.
yeah,
So without wasting further time, let's go into today's main business, right?
mm,
So now,
yeah,
the other day, one of my friend whom
yeah.
we went to Polytechnic together, and we're actually very close friends while he was here in Nigeria. So he recently relocated, and he now, we're just talking about the phone some days back, and he now said he's getting married now. Actually,
Okay.
I thought it was a joke at first because he's this person that we always joke about a lot of things, like even things we're not supposed to joke about, we joke about them, right? So I
Yeah,
actually thought he was joking. And then he now sent me a picture on WhatsApp of his babe, and I was like, oh, like, I was really excited for him. But this was somebody that, he's not really this kind of relationship person, right? And when I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
on social media that will be telling us love is not their thing. Before you know it, they'll now bring out wedding picture. You now be like, ah, ah. So I'm the only one that is really left out. And maybe, well, you're saying that because love has not really been fair to you and all that. A
yeah,
lot of us, for one reason or the other, we've not really had it great with love and relationship, romantic relationship, and all that. So I'm wondering, right? Does true
yeah,
love still exist in our world today? In our world that is filled with so many different opinions, especially on social media. There is no that you go to social media that you not see one issue about maybe one celebrity they've broken up. Maybe their relationship started on a very good note, right? And
yeah,
everybody was owning, and like we're very happy for them. All of a sudden, you just see that they've broken up, or something has happened, and you're not wondering in your head because this some of these people, right? We use them as
oh, network again.
we use them as a yardstick to measure our own life, sort of.
Yeah,
And so when things go wrong with them, we are actually, we are moved to actually ask questions. So I'm wondering, talk to us about true love, right? I'm not talking about infatuation or what people do these days that they are doing just because they want to get something from you. I'm talking about real love, right? Does it still exist? The kind of love that our parents had, right, for each other, does that
yeah,
kind of love still exist? That kind of sacrificial love, that kind of love that is based on commitment, is based on trust, and talk to us about it. Does it really still exist in our world today?
Okay, yes, I would say yes, true love still exists. And but if I say yes, then I have to defend why I said yes, right?
Uh-huh.
So before we go in, let's look at what love actually is, right? Real love is commitment. That's what real love is.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel the modern day love that is making us to feel that there's no really love and all of these things is what people term as love, but it's actually just admiration,
Mm.
right? It's admiration, and let me say admiration and desire, or it can be both, right? But to actually get the main love, the real love, it's more than admiration and desire. That's where commitment now comes in, right? So human nature normally just we normally just devalue things that we get access to, right? So when you start to, let's say, start a relationship with someone, the more you see the person, the more you stay with the person, you get to devalue the person over time, right? Because
Mm.
you have so much or like there's close proximity. You see the person every time, you just get tired of seeing the person. It happens to even natural things, like when you have let's say you admire a watch, right? Before you have the watch, you admire it so well. The moment you get the watch, you wear it for like 2, 3, 4 months, 1 year, 2 years, you get tired of it. So is that is the same thing. But when it comes to real love, then apart from just admiration and desire, then commitment now comes in. And what is actually commitment? Commitment is focusing on one thing and taking away all other alternative, right? So I feel the modern day, in this modern time, people don't have this knowledge. I feel it's just lack of knowledge and lack of application of just principles, because these things are just principles that if you embed in your own life, then I think you're good to go. I don't know, that's just my own opinion. I feel that's how it is.
Yeah, I also feel the same way. So you
Yeah,
you said that when people stay with each other for too long, they tend
yeah,
to
yeah, yeah,
get tired, right? So that's the
exactly.
desire, right? So the desire to be
Yeah,
with someone will eventually fade if you're not
exactly.
um intentional about committing to them, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So that
that's
that
so
makes
true.
that makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense. So that is why the test of that love that they actually claim to have for each other comes after 2 to 3 years, right? Because after that two to
Yeah,
three years, you have literally seen the person. Like, how we used to say it in Nigerian parlance, I don't see you finish. You get.
yeah, yeah,
So it
yeah,
is now after that time that we now actually come to realize if you actually love that person or not. And you know how it is in our world today that everything is just for social media, right? So a lot of people are doing
exactly.
it because of the gram, right? They just want to push it. People go as far as getting married to someone just to pepper somebody else.
Yeah,
It's so amazing.
exactly.
That's kind of
Yeah,
world we live in today. And that is
yeah,
why we are
that's
having
that.
so many homes breaking up, because after a while they actually get tired. They get tired of pretending, and then they end it,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah,
All right, so thank you very much for that insight.
network.
The network is a bit
Okay.
slow. I just pray that the network allows us
Yeah,
to finish before
I
it goes
I,
off.
I pray so. I pray so.
Okay, so I'm trying to get the question now. Okay, I actually wanted to ask, what does true love actually
Yeah.
mean, right? And you have actually answered that question in while we were
Yeah.
trying to answer the first question. what does true love really mean. But I still want you to
O-
actually talk about it, right? What does true
Okay.
love actually means? What does it really mean to love someone? Like when we say you love someone, what does it really mean?
Okay. So true love is loving someone as yourself. Like you're a
Mm-hmm.
Christian, right? So I'm also a
Yeah.
Christian. So but I think in all of the religion, it's advisable, and we're taught that we should love our neighbor as ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So true love is loving another person just like how you love yourself. So if there's anything that you wouldn't want yourself to go through that is not nice, you understand, you shouldn't want another person to go through. So true love again, I'll say, is commitment, right? So
Mm.
taking away all other alternatives, and then deciding to focus on just this person, and be loyal to the person, be truthful to the person, trust the person, just develop, learn, you understand, learn to understand the person, and then learn to also teach the person, and then teach the
Hmm.
person like with wisdom, right? So some people don't really know how to teach, especially men. You know, maybe like right now in this social media era now, there's this movement of masculinity and all of this, and that is doing more harm than good, right? So I look at, you see, this masculinity without knowledge is stupidity. So people men don't understand the actual concept of being a man, right? So they look at the relationship with a woman as like a commander and his boys kind of relationship. A kind of relationship whereby there is no autonomy, there is just an authority from one end, right? So it's just do
Mm.
this, yes sir, do this. That's how a lot of men look at how relationship is supposed to be, and that's why we have a lot of problems. But relationship actually is supposed to be like a mother and a child, right? So a mother values her child, her baby, and the baby also values her mother, right? So the mother always like tries to correct the child in love, right? Whatsoever the baby feeds the child, that is how the child will grow. So if a baby decides to, if a mother rather decides to neglect her baby, or give her baby whatsoever, maybe not, don't treat her baby well, don't feed her baby with balanced diet and stuff, the baby will have kwashoko. Like that's just how it is. So men need to understand,
Definitely.
men need to understand that the relationship is supposed to be looked from that angle, with love, and to help grow their woman, right? And the women too, just like the child, is supposed to respect and honor their husbands. So the baby is supposed to respect and honor his mom or her mom. So I feel that's just what true love, like that's what it means. Just love
Hmm.
someone as yourself, right? That's just what it means.
Yeah, that's true. So real love is loving someone as you love
Yeah,
yourself, right?
yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
we're still
yeah,
going to be talking about self-love. The reason why I feel that the reason why some persons are not able to love other people is because they don't love themselves, right? And
yeah,
if you don't
yeah,
love
yeah.
yourself, you can't love another person. So if you're going to be loving
Exactly.
someone as you love yourself and you don't love yourself, I mean, what kind of love are you going to be giving? You're going to be giving the kind of self how do I put it? The way you always blame yourself. There are some people like that
Yeah,
that they
yeah,
blame themselves for everything. They are insecure, they are not confident, they don't love
exactly.
themselves, right? And
Yeah,
giving that to someone else is now going to be a problem, right? So you're going to be
exactly.
dishing out hurtful words to someone else that you claim to love, right? And some days back I posted something and I was like, leadership without empathy is tyranny, right?
Yeah,
So of course the
yeah, I
Bible
see
makes
that.
us to understand as Christians that the man in a relationship is the head of the
Exactly.
relationship, right? Is the head of the family, is the head of the woman, and I'm sure you understand the context that I'm trying to put this, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
And
Yes.
if somebody is your head, it means that they are your leader, right? So somebody is above you, it means that they are your leader. So a relationship is also a leadership followership, like it's also a leadership followership setting, right?
Yeah.
So
Yes.
if you are in that kind of a setting as a leader and you're not empathetic, it's you will just be you just like a tyrant leader, right? And that's why
Yeah.
some men, and I feel that people who are real, like men who are actually real leaders, are, they make the best husbands, they make the best spouse or what have you, right? Because they understand what it
Exactly.
means to actually have someone, under you, not under you per maybe your servant or whatever, but that kind of a
Yeah.
thing, right? If there are
Yeah.
some, just like you've pointed out, there are some qualities, right, that one has to have to be able to love someone else, right? And
Exactly.
you've actually said it all, right? So love is
Yeah.
commitment, and love is, loving the other person purposefully, intentionally, as you love yourself.
Exactly.
And I said that if
Exactly.
you don't love yourself, you can't love someone else.
No,
Of course, I was still going to be talking about self-love and mental health shortly, right? But now let's
oh,
go to um your next question, right?
okay.
And
Yeah.
that is, now, is there any need to even find love? Can't one just be okay by themselves, loving themselves and focused on their careers? Like, after there was during that Two-Face Idibia and his wife's saga,
Yeah.
after the
Yeah.
whole news broke on the internet, a lot of ladies were saying a lot of things, and one of my friend was like, you know what, I'm not doing this. Like, I'm not doing relationship, I'm not doing marriage, I don't want to get married. I just want to focus on my career. I just want to build my life. I don't want any man in my life, right? And trust me, a lot of ladies, for one reason or the other, at some point, we've had reason to say the same thing, right? So, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm asking now, is it really necessary to, in a relationship? Is it necessary to be with someone? I mean, can't just, okay, it seems Victor's network has gone off.
Okay, my network have gone off. You can't see me. Can you hear
Okay, you
me?
can hear me now, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. You can't hear me. You cannot hear me. You can't hear me.
Can you hear me
Hello?
now?
I can hear you. I can hear you perfectly. You can't hear me. Wow. What's going on? I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Yes,
I
I
can hear
can.
you now.
Okay,
All
okay.
right. Okay. So, as I was saying, okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay, okay. Good. Okay. Network again. Sorry, guys. Network has gone off again. Has gone off again. Okay. Her network has gone off again, and she's off. Uh, Sorry, guys. Sorry for this. Her network has gone off. So sorry about this. Okay, she's back.
Okay.
Your network again.
Hi, Victor. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Can you hear me? Hello.
Can you
Network
hear me
is
now?
there. Yes, I can hear you perfectly. Can you hear me? I can hear you.
Yeah, yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right. So I was asking, yeah. So
Yeah.
can someone just be by themselves without worrying about relationship? Okay, so you're going to continue. They've actually taken my light. So just continue
Whoa.
and try to wrap up.
All right. Um. Yes. The question is okay. So she asked. I think I wrote the question here. Can't you just focus on your career and yourself? Is it a must that you must look for your soulmate or a partner? Is it by force? Like, can't you just focus on your own career? That's what she was asking. So the answer to that is you have to really ask yourself. You have to really be true to yourself. Like, is that what you want? Do you really, deep down, when you check your heart, do you really want to just focus on your career and you're tired of relationship? Because it's possible, yes, you can, but you then have to really ask yourself. You have to really ask yourself and be true to yourself, because the way God set humans, right? The way God made us human beings is that we need ourselves. To be honest, we need ourselves. So, uh, there's a part in the Bible, Proverb 18:22. It says, "He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord." Right. So the cheat code, right, to even obtain favor is to find a spouse, like for men, right, and even women, because you need a man, right, to continue your legacy. You need a man to be able to like give birth, right? And I bet and I believe that no woman just wants to give birth like out of wedlock. Like, you need a man that will support you and love your children, right? And and groom your children to be better versions of themselves. So you have to really ask yourself that question. Like, you really have to really be true to yourself. Don't be emotional about things, and don't be sentimental. don't don't be distracted because of the social media trends and what is happening on the social media. Don't be distracted on that. So that shouldn't be a reason why. Okay, they've restored the lights, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay, okay, okay. Bless God. So I was
Yeah,
just
but go
saying,
on. Go on, please.
yeah. So that shouldn't be a reason why you should now hit yourself or beat yourself up just because you watch on social media that some people don't get or didn't get their relationship right. What I always used to say is that we have over 7 billion people in this planet, right? And then you say you can't find love, it means you're not looking, right? And if you're looking for love and you can't find it, it means you should change strategy. So changing strategy can be like changing location. Just change location, right? And if you change location you still can't find, then you need to also maybe look into changing yourself. Maybe the problem is even from you, it's not from another person. Maybe you have very bad character, maybe you don't know how to talk to people, maybe you're so-called introverts, because you're supposed to be like an introvert and an extrovert. So you're supposed to use two of them, like use them to your own advantage, right? So when it's time for you to be introvert, be introvert. When it's time for you to be extrovert. So that is just the thing. If you don't find love, it means you're not looking, right? And if you
Mm,
decide that there's no love, then you're right, because whatsoever you decide, whatsoever you establish on earth, established in heaven. So when you say you can't find love, then you will not find, because you've just told yourself. There's power in your tongue, right? So when you tell yourself you can't find love, there is no love, then there is not. So just
mm,
change strategy, change location. If you change location, it doesn't work, then you have to look at yourself, right? You can meet people to tell you about yourself. So you can meet people, your best friend, to tell you, how do I talk to people wrongly, how I'm with my character. People will tell you. So you can definitely find your spouse if you want to keep on looking. But the moment you say no, then no, it is. The universe will respect your choice regardless. So that is it for that question.
Yeah, the universe actually has a way of giving you what you want, right? And that's why,
Yeah, yeah,
they
yeah.
always tell us not to confess negatively, because
Exactly.
our words are very powerful, right? Our words are very
Yeah,
powerful. And whatever we say is actually a result of what we are thinking most of the times. So the things we actually say are
yeah,
the result of what we are thinking. And our thought has a way of shaping, our everyday actions, right? So if you're telling yourself that,
exactly,
I can't find true love, or there is no true love, you would act in such a way that that true love would be far away from you, right? So I
exactly.
think that's
Yeah,
how life works. So, but if you tell yourself that, what, today as I'm going out, fine girl like me, I'm going to be finding, that man that God
exactly,
has ordained for me to
exactly,
actually, and just because of the way you're thinking, you would attract the right people. So I think that's how the
exactly.
world works, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. All right. So thank you very much for that, Mr. Victor. Now to the next and last question for you.
yeah,
Now, where can one actually find true love, right? Okay, so I'm confessing positively, I'm finding true love. True love is finding me, but then I'm going
yeah.
out and I'm not seeing anything, like nothing is happening. So what am I supposed to do? Am I supposed to go? Okay, all right. So am I supposed to go and carry placard on my head and be saying, "Hey, everybody, I'm finding
Uh, network is really interrupting us. Okay, you're back. Are you here? Can you hear me? Hello,
Can you still hear
hello.
me?"
Yeah, I can hear you. Okay, please let's be patient. I believe she'll get back again. Network is really, 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 really poor here from our side, I guess. Okay, she said I should just go on and answer the question.
So sorry. Yeah. So like
Okay,
I was saying,
okay.
so where can one actually find true love? Since we're talking about true love, so where can one actually find true love? Do I go on the road and carry placard on my head and say, "I'm ready, I'm ready for true love, come and find me"? Or should I run Facebook ads to say I'm looking for true love? What
Uh,
exactly should we do? Whether you're a male, or whether it's a male or a female, what does one really need to do? Okay, so for instance, you've loved yourself, you're loving yourself, you have the right mindset about it, but
yeah,
nothing seems to be happening for you. So where can one actually find true love?
okay. The thing is, Mary, you're also a marketer, so I feel I feel I answer things and I look at life from the point of marketing. That's how I look at life in general, from the point of marketing and sales. So I feel if you want to find true love, like work on yourself, be the product, right? Be like the best version of yourself, and also market yourself. To be honest, like market yourself. A lot of people are not marketing themselves. You see, okay, like women, you're staying in let's say a particular church with only let's say 1,000.
Hi, Victor, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Okay, so while we wait for him to come up,
Okay. I'm
um
not up.
I think that,
Wow.
okay, all right, so please go on. Yeah, go on,
Okay,
please.
okay. Yeah, so I was saying you have to look at it from this point of view. You even made like more like an example. Like you actually have to market yourself, to be honest, because
Mm-hmm.
some people now You check their WhatsApp status and you notice they have only, let's say, 20 views on WhatsApp, right? Or they don't go out. So you've worked on yourself, you've done all the affirmations, but you don't go out, you don't go to strategic places, right? You don't market yourself. So strategic places doesn't mean you should go to clubs and stuff. Though I think that is even the wrong place to go. But there are
Mm-hmm.
nice places. There are nice places like, let's say, gardens, right? Like, say, let's say, church programs. You can choose to just go for programs, different programs, right? And always try to be noticeable. Just like Zacchaeus, the short man, right? He went ahead and also climbed a tree. So make sure that
Mm-hmm.
you're noticeable. So do things. So maybe join choir. Just do something that draws attention to you. Like extra, just do extra thing. Do push that extra marketing. Push yourself out there. You've worked on yourself already. You've worked on your mindset. You're already a good person. You can cook for the wife, like a woman you can cook, or a man, you've got your finances right. You can love a woman well. Then just market yourself, and you will find eventually, because whatsoever you're looking for, you will find. If you decide to go out right now, to it's night now, but if you decide to go out and look for, let's say, red cars, let's say red vibe vibe cars, vibe model, right? You're going to see them, like, because you have looked, you'll find. So whatsoever you look for, you eventually find. But just put principles in place,
Yeah.
like affirm, yeah, affirm, pray. That is affirmation, prayers, right? So you can pray to God to connect you with the right person, and then strategic, do the work, because work without faith is dead. So you have to, faith without work rather is dead. So you have to, like, go out and then work, right? Put yourself in strategic places, and you definitely find.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so very much for your
uh,
time.
there's no, there's no problem.
It's really been insightful. Like you've really shared a lot of things that has also opened my eyes to things
Yeah.
I never knew before that I actually maybe ought to be doing, right? So
Okay.
thank you very
Yeah,
much
yeah.
for sharing with us, right? And
All right.
it is my hope and my belief that whoever is going to be stumbling on this live stream and is going to be
Yeah.
watching a replay will
Yeah.
find it valuable such that they would go on to implement it and they would see
Exactly.
results, right? So that's the whole
Exactly.
purpose of doing this, so that we
Yeah.
can actually have a better society at the end of the day. Because no matter how you look at it, right,
Yeah.
relationships are very important. And when we have healthy relationships, we can, by extension, have healthy families. And a healthy family would produce healthy children who are going to be,
Exactly.
be valuable members of society, right? When
Yeah.
a family, or it actually starts from a relationship, like a courtship, boyfriend girlfriend relationship, whatever. That is where it
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
starts from. When
Yeah.
they get into marriage and there is no commitment, right? There is no true
Exactly.
love, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
they actually go on to give birth to children, and it become worse, that they are not
Mhm.
the couples are not able to keep it together. They are not able to keep their relationship together because the love is no longer there, and they get children into that kind of environment. It becomes toxic, right? And you and I know
Exactly.
what a toxic family environment can do to a child's mindset. Those are the kind of
Exactly.
children that would go on to become delinquent members of society, right? And thereby
Exactly.
making
Yeah.
our society worse. So I even feel that these are some of the things, like this conversation we are having, are some of the conversations that we should be having a lot more with our Gen Z.
No.
you
Yeah.
know, we
That's
should be having
that's true.
we we should be we should be having this conversation more with the Gen Zs, because they are our future, right? Like they are our next generation, the next generation
Yeah.
of family life that we're going to be having
Exactly.
in the world, whether it's in Nigeria or the world. All right,
Yeah.
they are our
Yeah.
next generation, and the kind of relationships they build, the kind of life they actually live, is going to be going on to shape the future of this country. So it is really very,
Exactly.
this conversation is really, really very important, right? So
Yeah.
unfortunately, my guest who is supposed to be talking about mental health, which is a very crucial aspect of relationship could not join
Yeah.
us because of network issues, right? But I think that
Okay.
we're just going to be touching on one or two of the questions that I had intended to ask her. So it's just going to be like a freestyle, right? We're just going to
Okay.
be,
Yeah.
freestyling the conversation so that it doesn't look as though we did not, get to touch on this at all, right? So is that okay?
That's fine. That's fine.
All right. So my first question for her was supposed to be, how does
Mm.
being in a healthy romantic relationship contribute to mental well-being? Right? So we're going to be ironing this out together. So let me start by saying that when we say mental health, a lot of people um tend to think that you're referring to people who have gone mental, like they have
Yeah.
like who has loose in their head. But
Yeah.
that's really is about, right? So mental health
Yeah.
is just like you say somebody is healthy, right? Like physically
Yeah.
you are healthy,
Yeah.
like you you're not, maybe one of your leg is not paining you, or so it's also the same thing when you talk about mental. So I'm not the best person to talk about mental health because
Yeah.
I'm not a mental health expert, but of course I know one or two things about mental health. All
Mental
right.
health.
So mental
Yeah.
health, I think, is the um is the absence of, you know um worrying and anxiety, right? And
Yeah.
having a balanced, how do I put it? Having a balanced mind, you know, like you can do things when you're supposed to do it. Like you're not worried about anything, right? You're just
Yeah.
okay in your head. Like, you are mentally sound enough to take decisions for yourself, and you can actually handle emotions. I think that's the word, right?
Yeah.
You can handle
Yeah.
emotions, you can handle your own emotions, and you can handle the emotions of other people in such a way that whenever there is a situation that is ordinarily supposed to, escalate, you're able to manage it in such a way that, everybody goes home feeling okay because you are actually in a state of mental well-being, right? Now, when we
Exactly.
when we talk
Yeah.
about how being in a healthy relationship can actually impact your mental well-being, I see it
Yeah.
this way. Now, you are in a relationship whereby, say for instance, that the guy you're in a relationship with is not treating you nicely. Your mind won't be at rest, right? You tend to
Yeah.
think a
Yeah.
lot. You tend to assume things that may not be true, right? You tend to
Yeah.
worry
Yeah.
about everything. Your mind will be like, why is this guy treating me this way, and all of those things, right? So when you start to
Exactly.
worry, before you know it, it can lead to depression. Trust me, some persons have,
Yeah.
had bout of depression just by, being in a breakup. They've gone into depression because of how much, they have attached themselves to whoever it was that they were dating, right? So I feel
Yeah.
that being in a healthy relationship can contribute immensely to having a good mental, or being mentally healthy, right? So
Yeah.
that's what I
Yeah.
see. That's what I think about it. Okay, so Mr. Victor, carry on, and please, you can round up for us because my the NEPA has gone,
Ah,
right?
Nipa
And very
again.
soon my laptop is gonna go. So just carry on for us, and then you can go on to round up. All right, and then we'll call it a day.
All
So
right.
thank you very, very, very much for your time. Yeah,
There's
thank
no
you.
problem. Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
All right.
so the thing about mental health is when you have when you have gone through series of unpleasant times in your life, right? When you have gone through series of unpleasant times in your life, right? It gets to affect you, right? Mentally, especially when you're someone that you're not used to it and you don't understand what's how to control your emotions and stuff, right? So when you've gone through a toxic life, right, it is very very easy. There's a high tendency of you like extending that toxic life to another person, right? So I feel one of the best thing to do is to work on yourself and to forgive yourself. You actually have to forgive yourself. You actually have to sit down and reflect. right? You have to sit down and reflect, because a toxic life affects people. It really affects people. So if you're affected, you can also affect another person, right? So you have to really be very careful and sensitive to your emotions. That is why I'm someone that I always try to help pass out information and pass out knowledge about the importance of guiding your mind, right? Of guiding your mind, because whatsoever environment you find yourself in, environments can be your phone, your the people around you, right? Like your local environment. You understand? Whatsoever you watch, whatsoever you come through, whatsoever enters through your, like, your eye gate, you understand, your soul gate, your eyes, your ears, right? Your feelings. So it gets to influence your life. You understand? So mental health is, it's a very, very broad topic. It's a very broad topic. And I just feel you should avoid, try as much as possible to avoid toxic toxic people, toxic environments, because it will influence you. The more you stay long there, the more you stay long there, it influence you. So maybe you can, maybe sometimes it's not everybody's fault. Sometimes some people came from very, like, broken homes, like homes where it's very toxic. The father is beating the mom is going out, like, it's, so it's not everybody's life is the same. Not everybody came from the same, like, upbringing and environment. But just because you came out from a particular environment doesn't necessarily define you. You can actually fight it, right? So try as much as possible to try to repel, or try to work on yourself. So unlearn certain things, right? And the fastest way to unlearn certain things and change your character is to change your environment, right? Your environment doesn't necessarily mean owning your vicinity, like your local environment. Your environment can mean your phone, like what you watch on your phone, right? Like the people you follow online, right? Like maybe your um your fathers in the faith, or your spiritual fathers and imams, and so ever the people you follow, right? So you can change, follow the people that will help change you. Just go to any place that there's it elevates your spirit, like it cleans that toxic character, toxic thinking, hatred for people, wanting to revenge. You understand? So I feel that is just what can also help you when you go into, like, relationship with people, right? Just it's a spouse and any relationship in general. So I'll call it a day. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Mary has left because obviously, um, now we're in Nigeria. So I hope you guys learned a lot. I hope you learned a lot, and see you in the next time. If you guys want to reach me, you can reach me on my channel G4G, or Inteba on Twitter. That is the two places I am on my channel G4G, Green for Growth, or Inteba, Nteiba, right? On my X, that is Twitter. So I share a lot of mindful things on mindsets, and finances, right? So if that's what you're interested in, you can reach me there and learn. So see you guys, and have a blessed day ahead. Thank you.